The secret of the success of, well, certainly last night was, the show was all about, I said on the night, Italian passion, fun, well produced, good contestants. It felt like an event. In terms of X Factor Italy, I would say now, begrudgingly, it's probably the best X Factor production in the world. Well, apart from the fact that I completely got the name of the show wrong, but I actually did it on purpose because I thought I could promote X Factor on the final. I think the guy who won was great, and you know the whole point of this show was it's supposed to work in a YouTube generation where you know acts like that who wouldn't normally have an outlet to perform. That's what this show is all about, and over the years, I mean the show has gone through, I think it's 10 or 11 years, it has produced stars all over the world, unlikely stars like Susan Boyle, and that's the fun of it. You know, there's always that opportunity that someone who couldn't get a break can come on a show like this, become a huge viral star, and then hopefully have a big career. And for him, he's really talented. I like to think our shows are really about the contestants, because there is you can see what's happening around in the world at the moment, is that on certain shows, the show is bigger than the contestant. And we never started off that way. Our shows were to find a star. The shows were a vehicle to find a recording artist who most importantly should have a career at the end of the show. In terms of the popularity, I mean, it's all down to contestants, because without great contestants, you don't have a show. You've got to have great judges, you've got to have great producers, you've got to have networks who believe in the shows and can be, as I've learned with these guys, you've got to be fearless sometimes. You can't play safe. And you have to constantly reinvent yourself. And in terms of the ability to find a star, I always say a kind of a star finds you. And it doesn't happen a lot, but when you have that opportunity, whether it's on our shows, artists like Leona Lewis or One Direction, it's easy when they're there in front of you. And I could say more, but I'm not going to, because I don't want to give away too much. You start drunk. I really believe you can't come up with a good idea completely sober. So it starts with the vodka, lime and soda. But it's true, and I think that, you know, when you're making shows like this, you've got to listen more than talk. Because these shows are always, you know, they have to be relevant to a young audience, and they have to trust you. So you hire the right people, listen to what they say, and then you try not to rely too much on gimmicks, really. I mean, I'm not knocking another show, but, you know, I wouldn't run my record label in a chair with my back to the artist, and then when I like them, spin the chair around. It just doesn't happen in the real world. I like them all. This is a great panel, and this is what, you know, these guys have done so well on X Factor, is that why this show is different from a lot of other shows is that these guys actually want to find another star, and that's rare, and they have great taste. So to answer your question, yes, they 100% would work in other countries, but like I said, this is what these guys have done so well on this show. They're passionate, they've got great taste, and they can spot stars, and that means they're generous as people, because not all recording artists want to find other recording artists. Without being rude, I think, actually I'm going to be rude, I think you've got better artists on your show here. Yes, we've been working on the show for 3 years, along with some partners, Ultra Records, and another production company. I'm not going to say what the format is yet because we're going to announce it very soon. But it's with Yahoo. They wanted something which was global, and we are excited about it. With regards to the other show, we're filming at the moment the show with La Banda, which is for beginning the Latin audience in America, but it's a format that will go all over the world eventually. But it looks great, this show. I think it's going to work.